I wasn't always afraid of going to school. There was a time when I actually liked learning, when the smell of books and pencils made me feel important. But that was before middle school, before they found me. My name's Clarence. I was the chubby kid with thick glasses, a soft voice, and hand-me-down shoes. My mom was a single mother who worked 2 jobs just to feed me. She was my world. And when cancer took her from me in 6th grade, I felt like the world cracked open. No one from my dad's side ever showed up. I never met the guy, just whispers. Some even said he was in jail or didn't want me. My mom's family, except for Grandma May, was long gone too. So Grandma took me in. She cooked, cleaned, walked me to school, took extra shifts at the VA center. She even sold some of Grandpa's medals to pay for my new glasses. "You're not going to squint your way through life," she said. She made it her mission to protect me, to heal me. I wasn't her grandson. I was her second son. But Grandma couldn't protect me from everything, especially not from Kyle Barnes and his gang of roaches. Kyle was tall, obnoxious, and always smelled like a mix of energy drinks and Axe body spray. His goons, Brent, Ty, and Logan, followed him around like flies orbiting a turd. It started with snickering, then name-calling, then violence. "Hey, Four Eyes, lose your guide dog, or is your fat face blocking your vision again? Bet he uses his stomach to block tackles in dodgeball. Yo, Clarence, when you gonna stop wearing your grandma's panties, bro? He probably sleeps in them, with his dead mommy's perfume." That one stung. They always mentioned my mom. They knew I was sensitive about it. You know his mom was a hooker, right? Probably got cancer from all that street work. I swung at him once. They laughed while I cried in the hallway. That swing cost me detention. Kyle got a warning. They once pushed me into the lake behind the school. I was walking home when they cornered me. "Yo, let's see if Tubby here floats." "Cannonball!" They shoved me in. I came out choking and shaking. They took pictures, posted it on a burner Instagram account called Clarence Whale Watch. Another time I biked to school, only to find my tires slashed and a note taped to the seat. "Next time it's your neck." I reported it. The principal said, "Boys will be boys." Even the teachers laughed when Kyle mocked me, especially Ms. Hannity, Kyle's mom's best friend. I told her multiple times what they did. Once I even cried in her class. "Please." They call my mom names. They pushed me into the lake.
If you stopped acting like a victim, Clarence, maybe they wouldn't treat you like one.
That night, Grandma found me curled up in my bed, soaking the pillow. She sat down next to me and gently lifted my glasses.
Who did it?
Nobody.
Don't lie to a woman who used to extract confessions from men 3 times your size.
I broke. I gave them, every single one.
You're not broken, you're not weak, but I need names, Clarence. I want the truth.
Grandma May wasn't like other grandmas. No knitting, no bingo. She was all sharp eyes, square jaw, and had a weird obsession with sharpening knives. I lived her only after my grandfather passed, and she spent most days watching old military documentaries or cleaning her tactical gear like she was preparing for war. I didn't know much about her past, only that she had once been deep in the service, whatever that meant. She walked with a limp, but even limping, she moved faster than most people ran. I told her everything, from the taunts to the beatings. She didn't say a word, just listened. Then she stood, adjusted her old army jacket, and said,
"All right, time for some recon."
The first incident happened 2 nights later. Kyle found a photo in his locker. It was him asleep, in his bed, taken from inside the room. There was a note attached. "I was closer than you think. Sleep tight, Prince." He freaked out, screamed so loud the janitor called the school nurse. No sign of forced entry, no fingerprints. No one believed him, except me. Grandma polished her old boots that night while whistling a tune I didn't know. That night, Grandma came into my room with a duffel bag and laid out strange items, like she was preparing for a heist. Night vision goggles, gloves, a toolkit that looked like it belonged in a spy movie. "Grandma, what are you doing?"
Teaching manners, sweetheart. You just focus on passing math.
Next was Brent. He went to grab his gym bag from the locker room and found it drenched in fake blood and filled with animal bones. There was a note in red ink that read, This is your future if you touch Clarence again. Grandma's watching. He fainted. Literally. They had to wheel him out on a stretcher.
I picked up a few props from the Halloween outlet. War teaches you creativity.
Logan's payback was different. He had a snake phobia. Grandma knew. I used to tell her how he'd freak at even the mention of reptiles. One afternoon, Logan opened his locker and found a snake, programmed to lunge when the locker opened. It hissed and snapped forward. He peed himself in front of everyone. A note inside the locker read, "Cold blood for cold hearts. From the jungle, with love." He transferred the next month, claimed he couldn't breathe in the school anymore. But Grandma wasn't done. Not yet. One evening, she asked casually over dinner,
That teacher, Miss Hannity, you said she laughed when you cried?
"Yeah, she's Kyle's mom's best friend. She even shared one of those memes they made of me once."
I see.
A week later, Ms. Hannity's car alarm kept going off all night. When she checked her windshield, someone had broken all her car glass and left a note in red. "You laughed when he drowned. You'll cry when you burn." No fingerprints. She took an early retirement. And then, the night Kyle broke. I was walking home late from tutoring when he appeared from behind a hedge. He was pale, shaking. Please, Clarence, I can't sleep. I keep seeing her. She's everywhere. I don't even know how she got into my room." "Who?" "Your grandma. She tied me up in a barn. She didn't hurt me, but she told me things, showed me scars, said she once made a man confess by locking him in a box with rats for a week." "Kyle, are you okay?" "No, I'm done, man. I'm out. I'll never mess with you again. Just make her stop, please." He sprinted off. I got home. Grandma was sipping tea on the porch. "Did you really do that?"
Some lessons stay with you longer than bruises.
Years passed. Kyle left town. Brent moved to Michigan. Ty dropped out and started working at a vape shop. Logan became a yoga instructor and never spoke above a whisper again. Ms. Hannity? No one's heard from her since she moved to Florida. But my life, it got better. People respected me. I made friends, got a job, went to college. Grandma passed in her sleep, peacefully. I was devastated. After her funeral, I found a key taped behind a painting in her room. It led to a safety deposit box downtown. Inside, a flash drive and a note. "For Clarence, in case they ever come back. Never let kindness make you weak. Love, Grandma the Ghost." I opened the flash drive. It contained photos, footage, surveillance notes on everyone who had ever hurt me. At the reading of her will, I was the only name on the document. She left everything to me. House, savings, even her medals. And one last note. "Clarence, you were the best thing that ever happened to me. You survived more than most men ever will. Never forget your worth. I took care of the monsters. But know this, you're never alone. Someone is watching. Someone is protecting you. So smile, and never be afraid again. Love always, Grandma the Ghost." Sometimes I still hear footsteps on the porch at night, or find an old army coin in my jacket pocket, though I never put it there. But I don't ask questions. I just smile, because I know someone's still watching. It's been years since Grandma passed. People think grief fades with time, maybe for some, but not when your protector was a woman like her. Not when the quiet in your house still feels like she's walking through the hallways, just outside your door. She left me everything: the house, her journals, a thumb drive filled with her lessons, and a handwritten letter telling me I'd never be alone. "Someone is always watching," she wrote. At first I thought it was just her being poetic, dramatic. Grandma always had a flair for the cryptic. But then, the rumors started. I don't know who started them, but they reached me like whispers in the wind. Kyle, now living off-grid somewhere in Oregon, supposedly hasn't slept a full night in 2 years. He's terrified of mail, refuses to open packages unless they're from his church. People say he once found a photo of himself walking his dog, taken the day before, with the words, "She may be gone, but we're not." He moved again a week later. New name, new town. Doesn't matter. Ty, the one who used to spit on my locker, received a USB drive in the mail. Plugged it in, and it just played static. Then a distorted recording of a woman's voice. He swears it was Grandma's. Clarence isn't alone, and you never were. He quit his job the next morning, disconnected all social media. One of his co-workers said he had a breakdown in the staff room, kept screaming, "She's still out there." Brent, now a personal trainer with a shiny Instagram smile, found one of his childhood toys on his doorstep, burned, melted, deformed. Inside was a note, typed, laminated. Pain comes in echoes. You haven't heard the last one. And Logan? Well, Logan teaches yoga now. Peaceful guy. Keeps his mouth shut. Doesn't speak about high school at all. But he always checks under his car before starting it. Always. I never sent those letters. I never reached out. But someone did. Maybe it was Grandma. Maybe someone she trained. Maybe someone she trusted to carry on her legacy of justice. Or maybe she really is still watching. Whatever the case, they're still terrified. And I sleep just fine. And that, my friends, is how my grandma made grown bullies wet their pants. May she rest or haunt in peace. By the way, remember, treat people kindly. You never know if their grandma used to teach psychological warfare. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, or grandma might leave a note under your pillow.
I know it's hard. I'm so sorry.
My parents came in. I didn't know who called them. They looked unusually gentle. My mother stroked my hair for the first time since she had me, but it felt so wrong. I hated that they were pitying me. I hated everything.
It's for the best, Sally. You can start over now.
This wasn't meant to be your path anyway. You should be glad you lost her.
Their words sounded so cruel. I wanted to chase them out, but I was too weak to even cry. After spending 2 whole weeks at the hospital, I went home empty-handed. Months later, I was at their house unannounced to pick up a box I'd left behind the previous day, when I heard a conversation that shattered everything.
The baby is doing well. Mark's parents are over the moon.
They've already started the inheritance paperwork. We're set. I'm so glad we stole the baby. Mark's family wouldn't have thought about giving us the inheritance.
Good thing Sally bought the story. She's too broken to question it.
We couldn't let her ruin this. Emily needed a child, and Sally didn't deserve one. How could she take care of a child when she doesn't even have a husband? My Emily deserves the child more than her.
I love you both so much. I'm glad it worked out perfectly. No one suspects a thing. When the baby's grown, she'd look at Sally and not know she's her mother.
I was born into a family that didn't want me. My parents, John and Mary, had their hearts set on one child, and that was my older sister, Emily. She was their everything, their perfect daughter, their shining star. When I came along as a mistake they hadn't planned, they made sure I knew it. They didn't hold back their disgust. Never.
You were never supposed to happen, Sally. One child was enough, and that was Emily. You're just extra weight. We didn't need you messing up our lives.
Those words stuck with me, repeating in my head like a song I couldn't stop hearing. Every day they reminded me I was nothing compared to Emily, their golden girl who could do no wrong. Growing up, Emily was everything I wasn't. She walked like she owned the world, always polite, always charming, always perfect. My parents gave her all their love, their smiles, their time. Me? I got their cold stares and sharp tongues. If I dared to speak up, they'd shut me down fast.
Be quiet, Sally. Nobody asked you. Why can't you be more like Emily? She doesn't cause trouble.
Emily wasn't kind either. She'd watch me struggle, a mean glint in her eyes, like she enjoyed seeing me hurt. I tried to win her over, hoping for a sister who'd care, but she'd just laugh and turn away. I remember one summer when I was 9. I worked so hard on a model rocket for the school science fair. Every night I glued pieces together, painted them carefully, and checked every detail. It wasn't perfect, but I was so proud of it. When the fair came, I won 2nd place. I ran home, excited to show them, thinking maybe this time they'd see me.
What's this? 2nd place? That's nothing to brag about. Emily won 1st in her spelling bee last week. That's what real winners do.
Honestly, Sally, why do you even try? You'll never be as good as your sister.
Don't cry about it, Sally. 2nd place is for losers who can't keep up.
Their words hurt so badly. They didn't care about my effort, my hours of work, my dreams. To them, I was invisible unless I was failing. It was always like that. My grades, my drawings, my little victories. None of it mattered. If Emily got an A, they'd throw her a party. If I got an A, they'd shrug.
Don't expect us to clap for you. Emily's the one who makes us proud. You're lucky we even let you stay in this house, Sally.
I learned to keep my head down, to hide my feelings. But deep inside, I was burning. I worked hard in school, got good grades, and held on to the dream that one day I'd leave their house and their cruelty behind. I'd lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, promising myself I'd escape their shadow. I'd build a life where I wasn't the unwanted one, where I could breathe without their voices tearing me apart. At 20, I did just that. I landed a job as a receptionist at a small insurance firm and moved into a cramped apartment across town. It wasn't very comfortable, but it was mine at least, and I felt free. A year later, Emily married Mark, a known businessman with a wealthy family. The wedding was a spectacle. I was there, smiling through the ache in my chest, genuinely happy for her despite our past. I wanted to believe we could still be sisters, that love could bridge the gap they'd carved between us. 2 years passed, and cracks appeared in Emily's perfect life. She and Mark hadn't had a child yet, and people had started whispering about it. Mark's family, who were old-fashioned and obsessed with legacy, began pressuring them. Whenever I was invited to family gatherings and saw Emily, I always felt because. She looked lost and barely even smiled or spoke. Most times, when I couldn't bear it, I'd pull her aside to talk to her. Don't listen to them, Em. You'll have a baby when the time's right. Or there's adoption. You've got options.
You don't get it, Sally. Mark's parents think I'm failing him. They're unbearable. I'm so tired. I already regret getting married.
When I noticed her voice trembling and saw her eyes getting teary, I hugged her. I wanted to be her rock, because she was still my sister, no matter what. A while later, I found out I was pregnant. The father was David, my ex-boyfriend, a kind-hearted guy who'd left 2 months earlier to chase his football career abroad. We'd parted on good terms, both knowing the distance was too much. When I found out about my pregnancy, I panicked so hard. I tried calling him, leaving voicemails that went unanswered. I understood that his life was a whirlwind of training camps and matches. That's the exact reason we broke up. I realized I was alone, staring down at a future I hadn't planned. I didn't want to tell my family, but it didn't go as planned. My mother noticed my nausea one Sunday at a family dinner, and the truth spilled out.
Pregnant? Out of wedlock? You've shamed us.
What did we expect from you? Always a disappointment.
This is so typical. You can't even keep a man, and now this? Gosh, I can't believe you.
When I tried to speak, they shut me up. When I burst into tears, they laughed at me. I grabbed my bag and left. From then on, every visit was torture. They'd mock my swelling belly, call me a slut under their breath, and ignore me when I tried to speak. My mother once slapped me when I attempted to stand up for myself.
Sally, you should be grateful we're still letting you in this house. No one else would.
I'd lie awake at night, hands on my stomach, fighting the darkness their words dragged me into. I was on the edge of breaking, but my baby kept me going. She was like a light in the storm. The day I gave birth was full of so much pain and hope. At the hospital, I pushed through hours of labor, my body screaming until I heard her cry. I was filled with joy. I managed to hold her for a moment before I passed out. When I woke, a nurse was standing there looking at me pitifully. I didn't understand until she told me what happened.
I'm so sorry. There were complications. Your baby didn't make it.
No, that's a stupid lie. I heard her. She was alive. I heard my baby cry.
I know it's hard. I'm so sorry.
My parents came in. I didn't know who called them. They looked unusually gentle. My mother stroked my hair for the first time since she had me, but it felt so wrong. I hated that they were pitying me. I hated everything.
It's for the best, Sally. You can start over now.
This wasn't meant to be your path anyway. You should be glad you lost her.
Their words sounded so cruel. I wanted to chase them out, but I was too weak to even cry. After spending 2 whole weeks at the hospital, I went home empty-handed. Months later, I was at their house unannounced to pick up a box I'd left behind the previous day, when I heard a conversation that shattered everything.
The baby is doing well. Mark's parents are over the moon.
They've already started the inheritance paperwork. We're set. I'm so glad we stole the baby. Mark's family wouldn't have thought about giving us the inheritance.
Good thing Sally bought the story. She's too broken to question it.
We couldn't let her ruin this. Emily needed a child, and Sally didn't deserve one. How could she take care of a child when she doesn't even have a husband? My Emily deserves the child more than her.
I love you both so much. I'm glad it worked out perfectly. No one suspects a thing. When the baby's grown, she'd look at Sally and not know she's her mother.
They burst into laughter. Rage and clarity hit me at once. They'd stolen my daughter and handed her to Emily to secure Mark's family fortune because the inheritance was tied to producing an heir. I left quietly and vowed to uncover the truth and get back my daughter. I started with the hospital. I marched in, demanded my records, and wouldn't leave until they handed them over. A sympathetic clerk finally relented, and there I saw it. My daughter didn't die. She was a healthy female infant. No complications, no death. The only thing was just a lie they'd fed me. My daughter was alive, and they'd taken her from me. I stormed into their house with the papers clutched in my hand and confronted them. Emily was also there. You stole my baby, she's alive, and you gave her to Emily. How could you do that to me?
You're hysterical. Your baby died, Sally.
Get out. You're embarrassing yourself. I guess you're drunk.
You're jealous because I have what you can't.
No, you have what belongs to me. When did you get pregnant, Emily? You were never pregnant. How come you suddenly have a child right after I lost mine?
Well, adoption exists.
No, adoption doesn't work that way. How dare you lie to me to my own face? I hate y'all. I'm gonna get my child back. I swear on my life. I knew they were scared. I was going to get my child back, but I knew I couldn't do it alone. David came back into my life just in time. He'd returned from abroad because his career stalled by an injury and tracked me down after hearing rumors. When we met, I told him what happened. He knew about how my parents treated me before, but this was extreme for him, especially since the child belonged to him.
They did what? Sally, we're getting her back. I'll pay for everything.
We swung into action. He hired a lawyer named Rachel who dug into the case with ferocity. We gathered evidence. From my medical records to a recorded call where Emily was thanking a nurse for helping them steal my baby, then to a hospital orderly who admitted, under pressure, that my parents had paid him off. The legal battle was brutal. Emily and Mark fought dirty, claiming I was unstable and unfit to take care of a child. Their lawyer painted me as a spiteful sister out for revenge. But Rachel was relentless, exposing their forged adoption papers and the bribe trail. Finally, the ruling day came after weeks of fighting.
The evidence is irrefutable. Custody of the child, Lily, is awarded to Sally and David.
I cried as they placed her in my arms. Emily screamed, and Mark couldn't stop cursing, but they'd lost. I'd have sent them to jail, but I was okay having my daughter back with me. The nurse and doctor involved in the crime had their license seized. As for Emily and Mark, the inheritance slipped through their fingers, and Mark's family cut them off, furious at the scandal. The fallout was very swift. Emily and Mark, drowning in debt without the inheritance, showed up at my parents' house, begging to hide from collectors. My parents let them in, of course. One day, I was there, dropping off a final letter severing ties and a restraining order, when the doorbell rang. Two rough-looking men stood outside asking for Mark. Oh, he's inside, with Emily and my parents. They've been expecting you. I walked away as their shouts echoed behind me. Later, I heard they'd been roughed up, forced into grueling jobs to pay off what they owed. My parents broke the restraining order when they came to my house to beg for forgiveness. I called the cops on them, and after a week, they were bundled to jail to spend 8 months there. David and I moved to his mansion in another town for a fresh start. He took a coaching job and helped me secure a remote job. We'll be getting married in 2 months, and I'm so happy. Months after losing custody, Mark was arrested for financial fraud he committed during their desperate attempts to stay afloat. Emily, now alone and disgraced, was forced to take humiliating jobs just to survive. But I wasn't done yet. I arranged a live, televised DNA test that left no room for doubt. Lily was biologically mine. The moment the results were read, Emily had a full-blown meltdown on camera. The footage exploded online, going viral within hours. Millions watched as the truth unraveled, and public opinion turned vicious. Emily and Mark became social pariahs overnight. They lost their clients, their reputations, and any ounce of respect they once had. People hurled insults at Emily in public, calling her a baby thief, spitting at her feet, even chasing her off sidewalks. With Mark now rotting in prison and her life in ruins, Emily sank into depression. She ended up flipping burgers at a greasy fast food joint just to survive. Sometimes she'd visit Mark in prison, or our parents who were also behind bars, serving time for helping cover it all up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you loved the story.